Hey everybody, it's Alexander A. Manzoni with Manzoni in the Morning. Alright, how's everybody doing? It's World Poetry Day. So you know what that means. Poetry. Well, that's the regular order of business here anyway, isn't it? I had recorded another show earlier, and all the sound data was corrupted, so I'm doing it all over again. That's a part of life, and that's just a part of the recording process. But we got World Poetry Day, and that's exciting. So I wrote a poem about it. March 21st is World Poetry Day, and I've got a few things to say about that. I didn't know there was one until a year or two ago, even though I've been writing this stuff for 20 plus years. The world, it needs all the poetry it can get to be expressed, reflected upon. Am I wrong to think that everyone should try their hand at this from time to time? Reading, writing, it feels like a crime in this country. Believe me, I have attempted to bring poetry wherever possible. It is welcome more in Washington than in New Jersey. How could that be? Be it a throwback from the age of pioneers when everyone would be gathered round the evening fire tossing back beans and hot cider. Either way, I'm here on this World Poetry Day at 3:30 a.m. writing, remembering when I first got into this literary business. 7th grade was where it all began. The sands of time have passed, falling hermetically in our glass, welcoming a new year, a new beginning. Yesterday was the spirited onset of spring. May it bring new wisdom to all of those who have chosen to seek it. Poets are our modern prophets. Their words will shed light on the whereabouts of the right path. I did the math and found there to be a gross miscalculation. The X is marked on the wrong spot on the treasure map, passing between thin gaps in the lava flow. We will perish if we maneuver too slow through this sprawling labyrinth. What shall come with it? I don't get how you don't seem to fully understand. The band kept playing as the ship went down, sunk to the bottom of the northern sea. Could our luck possibly get any worse? Traversing this treacherous course, of course we lost a few of our number along the way. This is our adventure. Don't get lost. Not on World Poetry Day. I hope that didn't blow out my speakers. It looks good over there on the readout. We're going to keep going. A lot of politics have been going on this week. A lot of awful, strange events. And I wrote something in response to the business about Judge Jeanine Pirro. This is called Fuck you, Judge Janine. Fuck you, Mick Mulvaney. Fuck you, Tucker Carlson. Judge Janine can go fuck herself. Her and the rest of this pathetic peanut gallery. She can go suck on Tucker Carlson. All of them, they're all fools. Tools for a political party losing power by the day. Is there a way to end this sooner? I need a time machine. Somebody call H.G. Wells. This is my hell, and I can't wait for what heaven may have in store. I implore you, keep your wits together. Keep your shit together. Otherwise, we might not see the end of next December. We may find ourselves dismembered. May we find ourselves instead delivered from the ravenous hand of darkness. Don't trust what Mulvaney has to tell you. The president is not a white supremacist. Don't tell me you believe this. The president's cabinet is a cross-section of the worst watered-down Nazis that I ever did see. Can we possibly rise to this occasion? These Caucasian stooges will do whatever they can to muddy the waters. Make sure we're unsure of what the truth is. We're waiting in a bathtub that you chose to take a shit within. No consideration for any of those around you. No taste left for what's true. Your lies are wretched, redolent of bile, and your own forced smiles. Toothy veneers telling us who we need to fear. Everyone who does not look like us. How can I trust such bullshit? You know, I wish I could quit, but it looks like I'm all in. Let us begin to clean up this mess. It is our ultimate test. This shit is just out of control. I can't wait for it to be like 20 years from now, and I'm looking back and saying, boy, those are some crazy times back in 2019. Whew. It's going to be good. And the kids are going to be like, what the hell were people thinking back then? And I'm going to say to them, people were just pissed off and just wanted to tear everything down to the ground. Just burn it all down. And hopefully that sentiment does not continue too much further. Either way, we're going to a new poem. This one's called C Minor Kinda Day. I just tried to smoke my pen. I won't do that again. Momentarily forgot the difference between left and right. What I wanted to smoke was in the other. Up since dawn, I attacked the keys before I attacked the books. It is a C minor kind of day. My computer transcribes my notes into notation. I gaze upon it in wonderment. C minor kind of day, I imagine myself as a mad Russian in the 18th century. The keyboard becomes my hammer and anvil. 18th century came before hammer and sickle, I wouldn't say. I'm tickling the keys, my back, my knees threaten to give out. C minor, what an interestingly mournful sound. I imagine myself marching through grain fields as the peasants toil for their landlords, readying themselves for spring. Bring with it new life and new chance. For now the dance have slowed to the pace of these minor chords. while my other hand strikes with the praying mantis claw. Musical martial arts, the left and right play counterpoint to one another. A horde of bandits descend upon the hamlet. They steal what they can and set the granaries ablaze. How will they survive the coming days? All I can do is write and keep on playing. Keep on composing this musical tale. Will they fail or will they succeed? That's anyone's guess. Know what I mean? I've been playing a lot of music on the keyboard. I just figured out how to plug the keyboard into my synthesizer program and then play the different voices that are in the program on the keyboard in real time. And that's been really cool. And that's been an interesting adjustment because the synthesizer isn't pressure sensitive. So when I hit it, it's always like the same sound, no matter how hard I hit it. But then with the program, it measures how hard you hit it. And so that's a interesting challenge, especially with hitting chords all at the same time and at the same velocity. This is called Mr. Cohen's Testimony. Testimony, Mr. Cohen. The world is listening. The Republicans have done their best to stop it, but they couldn't. The story had to come out. Cohen has fallen on his sword, though seems like he may be rising. A weight lifted from his chest, he was sleeping with the fishes under water. What gas shall escape when the body floats to the top? It might smell horrendous, but it is just what we needed to acknowledge. It had been rotting with a little help from all the sewage pumped in from the water treatment plant. Is this what we want? We need to see how filthy politics can be. Behold, the price of blind loyalty. They'll say anything to discredit him. These Republicans are running scared, unleashing their smoke screens. This is all a plot to impeach the president. Good! May the wheels of justice move at an unprecedented pace. They won't. But I like to hope. I like to think of ideals and things like that. It keeps me from being crushed under the weight of all the madness and troubles, as they say. This is called Oscar Night. Wake up, brush the beads of sweat from the back of my neck. Blink. I'm awake, ready to accept my fate. Not an Oscar, they had those last night. It was a great night for Queen, a great night for Bradley Cooper's beard. Isn't it weird how quickly time slips away? Each year cascades into the next. What will be left for us once the stars have finished picking the bones clean? What do I mean? Don't play dumb. Don't try to run. You will never cover enough distance. How could I have missed such a great award show? They still didn't give it to Glenn Close. Every social media post is a newfound nail in the coffin. How often does this happen? Thank God it is only once a year. I can't stand to behold this self-congratulatory circle jerk reach around and then some. I know I can't be the only one. Spike Lee finally won something. It's about fucking time. Time to conclude this Oscar night. May what's right rise to the top. The slop, it can remain there where it should, at the bottom. You can shove them, or you can save them for the Razzies. Oh, I fucked up the end of that. That's okay. You know, that's what happens sometimes. So, I'm hoping everyone is keeping their sanity together. I'm not, because I'm writing poems like this. This is a poem about an instance in 7th grade where someone had told me that the band Hanson, they're real men, and like I wasn't. Like, oh, we need a real man like Hanson. And I thought, what the hell? And looking back, okay, this is called The Real Men, and their band name is Hanson, Alex. 17 Degrees. It's not just the name of a hot new boy band featured in Teen Steam or whatever the hell else they're calling those teeny popper mags these days. A memory flashes at me. The girl in front at school is balls deep in an issue. Jonathan Taylor Thomas was then the bee's knees. I look over her shoulder, and he is gazing back at me, smiling with blindingly white teeth. Is that a Photoshop, or did you just get him capped? All I knew was that I didn't, and that expectations were so high I never thought I could hope to reach such idealized, stylized heights. No, I won't go out with you. Why not? I can see from your magazine all you think about are boys. No, said she. See these? She asked, showing me the open periodical. These are men. No, they're not, I said. Those are girls. Shows what you know. They're real men, and their band name is Hanson. They're brothers. I laughed with boisterous nervousness. You've got to be kidding. They look more girly than most of the girls in this school. So what? They said, I never understood. They wanted real men, en femme, that were also young-ass boys. It made me so sad when I realized I would never be what they wanted, and that I would continue to be confused and awkward. Having not yet been diagnosed bipolar, before all the suicide attempts, there were situations like this where I would finally reach out and feel like I was cut down. What sound does a dream make when it is crushed? All I wanted was a little bit of love. Yeah. It's some strange stuff. But just keep writing. You know what I mean? This is called I Cannot Wait for the Spirited Return of Springtime. I peel off several layers. An artichoke so shucked by an impatient farmer. Another weak wave of snow passed through last night. Instead of 3 to 4, we received closer to 1. I'm not jumping the gun when I say that I cannot wait for the spirited return of springtime. There's so much more to do, to choose from. They love winter weather out here in Spokane, an opportunity to ski, snowboard, and frolic in an enviable manner. Not me. Not anymore. Not since I got out of school. No longer is snow a free day. No, it is a sign of shoveling, of clearing away spaces, of becoming stuck in unstuck tires wildly spinning towards nowhere. This air is frigid and ultimately unwelcoming, so depressing. I feel for the squirrels living in my ceiling. I figured I'd end with a poem about spring because we just had the first day of spring yesterday, and we're going to mark that as a new transition to a new beginning. And yeah, we're just going to keep moving forward. I'm going to keep moving forward, working on the novel, working on everything. This has been Manzoni in the morning, signing off. Thank you very much.